Alrighty, guys, welcome into the stream. How is everybody doing today? We'll start out. Oh, hold up. Can y'all hear me in stream or no? Hold on. Okay, you guys can't hear me. My mic thing was not moving, which was a little weird. Can somebody hop over to YouTube and comment for me and make sure it's working over there? I just want to double check on there as well. Make sure if you guys are not subbed to me on YouTube that you do sub to me on YouTube. It's definitely worth it. It's the same thing. We just go live on both platforms. We're really trying to hit that 10K as quick as we possibly can over there. Why it's doing this is a little weird. All right, I'll wait for Katie or somebody if you'll hop over there for me real quick and let me know. I know y'all got weather questions. We got a lot to talk about here. Tori, I'll answer your question here in just a few minutes. I got a couple things I want to run over first. We'll kind of get a timing and all that stuff. Is my comment section working on YouTube? Because if it's not, that's an issue. Hold on just a second, guys. We're trying to fix a couple of technical difficulties real quickly. Thank you guys for the follows, by the way. Okay. I can't see my comment section, so let me get it fixed real quick, which is weird. Bear with me, guys, for 2.5 seconds. Yeah, you guys can hear me. I can't see my comment section, which is a little weird. Hold on just a second. Hold on just a memento, y'all. Okay. Bear with me here. Where is my chat at? Hold on, guys. There it is. All right, I got it fixed. Awesome sauces. I don't know why it was doing that, but that was a little weird. Beautiful. All right, we're back. We're good. All right, Storm Chasers, welcome in. Deborah, welcome in. Justin, my member, I appreciate you. Sierra, and we've got, who else do we have in here? I think I'm going to pronounce this right. It is Krizia? I hope I said your name right. Welcome in, guys. Lissa, all y'all coming in stream on TikTok. Welcome in. Donna, good to see you as well. All right, guys, let's talk about what's going on. I did not get a video posted today because, let's just say this. I got a thumbnail made this morning for my YouTube video. That was around 11:30 this morning. The reason why my videos are not quite out as early as they usually have been is because it takes a little bit longer because we're working with new graphics, all that stuff. Until I get officially in the flow of working on things, the videos will come out quicker. But Mesomat was out talking with Ro in the living room this morning and decided to rearrange the whole entire living room. So, a video did not come out today, so it's fine. The video we talked about yesterday still works for today, so I'll have a fresh new video for you guys. But you guys are going to get some live coverage today. We're probably going to be on here for quite a bit of time. We got some severe weather to cover today in the plains. We've got a flash flooding event ongoing in the Ohio River Valley. We just had a lot of flooding in our area here a little bit ago. So the flooding threat is definitely existing today. The WPC has issued a level 3 out of 4 risk for significant flash flooding across western and central Kentucky today. So we'll talk about what that is. We've got some severe weather, just sporadic severe weather. I will mention as well, most of the risk zone here for the Ohio River Valley, Ohio, Indiana, is a very, very low in risk. It's a marginal risk. Isolated tornado threat this afternoon. Wind and hail threat still present potentially. A lot of the models aren't really signaling any more storms in these areas, so we'll kind of talk specifically about what all that looks like here in a minute. I do want to rush over here to the Central Plains here in Nebraska and talk about the warnings that we have right now. We do have our first TOR possible severe thunderstorm warning, and this is actually a PDS severe thunderstorm warning that is in place right now for destructive hail. We got baseball size hail here in Stapleton. We are expecting very, very large hail today in the plains, in excess of up to 3 inches in diameter. We'll have a threat for a couple of tornadoes today in the plains, as well as a damaging wind threat of winds up to 80 miles miles per hour. So our main focus today will be the Central Plains, including Iowa, Nebraska, the Dakotas. We'll still be paying attention to the Ohio Valley for the flood threat today, but most of the severe weather in the Ohio Valley is already pretty much done and over with for today. So if we get anything that pops up, we'll talk about that and what that looks like here in just a minute. But we are watching this supercell here kind of along an outflow boundary. There is a little bit of rotation, actually a little bit more rotation now than there was a little bit earlier here. So we are going to have to watch potentially for our first tornado warning of the afternoon here to be issued here pretty soon. Let me switch back over to blue so you guys can see a little bit better. So there is your outflow, there is your inflow there. So this is where the winds are feeding into the storm and feeding out of the storm. We'll be watching this. So if you were in Stapleton or Gandy, this is once again a PDS severe thunderstorm warning. So destructive hail, Lincoln County, Logan County, and McPherson County here in central Nebraska. This will be headed towards Interstate 80, potentially just outside of North Platte. And I will mention this, North Platte's National Weather Service is really known for missing stuff. Last year, it missed a big tornado that was on the ground for 30 minutes and never called a warning on it. So not that they're not going to be on top of things today, because they clearly are. We'll see how they do with tornado warnings today, but they are known for missed calls at their National Weather Service office. So we'll see how things go with that today. This will be a big test to see if we get any large tornadoes on the ground without tornado warnings. Hopefully that's not the case, but that's something we'll be watching here for today. Let me give you guys a rough estimate here on what's going to be happening just briefly before things kind of start getting crazy over the next couple of hours here. We'll switch back over here. I will run over the risk zone briefly, run over watches real quick. This is our risk zone for this afternoon. This will update again in about 3 hours. So once again, level 1 marginal risk in the dark green. Yellow is level 2 risk here. The light green that you guys see is general thunderstorms. Like I said, really looking at most of the Ohio Valley's event pretty much almost over today, with the exception of central Kentucky, where storms are moving through now. But most of Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio should pretty much be quieter on the severe weather side of things. You can still see some rain and some thunderstorms out there, but most of the severe weather in this area is going to be pretty much done and over with, because those storms have already moved through. What we're going to be mainly focused on this evening is going to be this area right in here. And I do want to mention something as well to you guys before I forget about it. My apologies for not getting on stream last night. For any of y'all that watched my video yesterday or the stream yesterday morning or at midday, I went and ran a 5K race in central Kentucky last night, which I placed 3rd in last night overall out of 500 people. So that was interesting. It was hot. It was humid. It was kind of stormy, but an 8 o'clock Central Time 5K was very interesting to run last night. I did not get home until almost 11:30, so I was drained, I was tired, I was hungry, and I crashed out. So my apologies for not getting on stream last night for you guys. I told y'all I was going to be on here, and I was just not able to get on. So we are here today. That is what matters. We did have a bunch of tornado warnings last night in Iowa. The good news is I did not see any. There were a couple observed tornadoes at the time last night when I was awake, but I was driving at the time, so I wasn't able to clearly, see. We'll be kind of keeping an update on, that situation that happened last night. So, like I said, my apologies for last night for you guys, not being on. We'll be on every single day going forward here. So, but yeah, 3rd place overall out of 500 people in a 5K. I think that's pretty damn good for not running a 5K in almost 2 weeks. For any of y'all that don't know, I'm a runner. I run professionally, I guess I'll call it. So, I compete every single Saturday. If I can find a race, I run Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky. So if anybody knows of any major running races in and around the Ohio Valley, send me a message, because I will hop on that real quickly. July is really sucky-ish to run through anyways, because it's always so dadgum humid. So, all right, let's see here. Cowgirl, that's a lot of states to keep up with, but the good news is most of those areas should be pretty chill today. Other than that, guys, also, we have tropics to talk about. We have a National Hurricane Center invest area in IOA to watch, and basically a 20% chance of a tropical system developing way out in the Atlantic Ocean. We're also going to be talking about another area of development along the Louisiana coastline going into the Gulf next week as well. So the tropics are starting to wake up. We got severe weather ongoing. We got our big major heat wave coming in starting literally tomorrow. If you are in the Ohio Valley, God bless you, including myself, because we are going to be seeing the temperatures rise up into the mid-90s, the upper 90s, the triple digits starting tomorrow through much of the rest of the month, going into the first week of August. So enjoy the cloudiness, enjoy the storms today, because after today is over with, it's going to suck, it's going to be disgusting, it's going to be humid, it's going to be gross. So we'll talk more about that toward the end of the stream as well, when we kind of get a break with things and severe weather kind of chills out. But yeah, it's going to be a gross next couple of weeks if you live in the Plains or the Ohio Valley or the Midwest, because we're going to have the hottest weather of the year so far. So as I was mentioning here, level 2 slight risk here from North Dakota and Minnesota back down into the plains. Our main tornado hotspot for today is going to be right in here. Once again, Nebraska will have the chance for maybe even a strong tornado. We've got large hail up to 3 inches plus in diameter for today. We've got the threat for damaging winds up to 80 miles per hour maybe as well. So all modes of severe weather today. That tornado risk is confined. I know you guys look at this green shaded area and you say, oh God, I'm in Indiana, Ohio, and Michigan. Most of this is on a very, very conditional side, meaning we've already seen storms come through today. The atmosphere will probably be already tapped. There's always that very, very small chance if a storm pops off, it could be brief tornado, but I just don't see that really happening. What I'm more concerned about is this area right up in here for tornadoes this afternoon. And this will go into the overnight hours into Iowa again. So if you're in Iowa, turn on your alerts, have notifications on, know where to go when you get warnings again, because tonight will be another very similar night to what you guys had last night with those tornado warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings that were coming through. So we're going to be on tonight. We're going to be covering much of the day here. I don't plan on going anywhere today. I've got all my stuff done. I think Ro is in the living room building a Lego set, having her chill time, and the kids are good. So we've got nothing but coverage to do and to talk about weather because I missed you guys yesterday. I didn't get to really get on here and do much. So our hotspot for our better chance of tornadoes today is going to be back over here into western Nebraska, where we're seeing outflow boundaries that are going to be present for today. So once again, be weather aware, know where to go if you were in a risk zone. Wind threat today, 15 and 5%, winds up to 70, maybe an occasional 75 to 80 mile an hour wind gust back here in the plains. We'll see. And then the hail threat is hatched today for hail up to 3 inches in diameter. So we'll be watching out for large hail. And then outside of that, 1 to 2 inch diameter hail. So something to make note of there. We'll talk more about the risk zone for tomorrow. Right now, tomorrow's risk zone is a wind and a hail threat. Once again, you can see that ridge that'll be building down here. So that's going to allow for a couple more days of severe weather, that zonal flow that'll be in place here. But nobody is expected really any tornadoes tomorrow. It's going to be a wind and a hail threat tomorrow. But we'll be talking about tomorrow and covering tomorrow as well. And then we get to the day 3 outlook for the Monday period here. In Monday, we have another marginal risk, 2 areas to watch. This is going to be the main area that we're going to start to watch. And when I post my weather forecast video tomorrow, guys, this will be the area that you'll see highlighted a lot is where most of our severe weather is going to be at going through the next couple of weeks. We'll be starting to see things kind of dry out down in this area. This will be a chance for general thunderstorms each day, but the severe risk will be a little bit on the lower side. Still can't rule out some wind events back in the Ohio Valley, but most of that should be a little bit further to the north once we see that zonal flow set up. But it's going to be a hot week for most people anyways. So those are our risk zones for the next 3 days. I do want to run over watches because we are getting watches. We do have a tornado watch that is out here for west central Nebraska. This is out until 11 p.m. Central Time. So North Platte, Valentine, you guys are in that there. They'll probably extend this watch further to the east once we get closer to the watch expiring. But a couple tornadoes possible, winds up to 75 miles per hour, and 2-inch diameter hail or 2.5-inch diameter hail is possible for those areas there in the central plains. So once again, be weather aware today if you guys are in that watch. And then we've got that severe thunderstorm watch along the East Coast here for North Carolina and Virginia. It seems to be a reoccurring event here a lot over the last couple of days where we do have a severe thunderstorm watch here until 10 p.m. Central or Eastern time, I should say, for wind and hail. Maybe a brief isolated tornado. And then we've got some mesoscale discussions that have been coming out. We got a lot more watches that'll more than likely be issued here pretty soon. This would be for the Missouri area. So watch potential 40% will be watched in the area in Missouri and Iowa. Just a lot of areas today to watch for severe weather potential here. And then another watch potentially coming for North Dakota, South Dakota, and Montana. So a pretty big risk zone today for severe weather, if you quite ask. And then on top of that here, we have this. If you guys remember, I said there probably would be some tropical development coming in the not too distant future. We now have, as of yesterday, a lemon here. We're watching for potential for a tropical system to develop. Right now, there's a little bit of Saharan dust that's going to be working its way off the African coastline that could kind of make or break this setup here. But it is in a favorable water temperature environment. So if this storm were to get going here, you can kind of see where it would more than likely go. This is not going to more than likely move its way toward the United States or anything like that. A lot of the models actually have this dying off before it even makes it toward the Lesser Antilles here. So just something to make note of. We'll watch it. We've seen some crazy things happen. I also would not be shocked to see again if NHC highlights another blob in the Gulf again, kind of like the same situation we had last week where we talked, and nothing ever happened. Kind of same situation going again into next week where we could see our chances at a low tropical depression again along the Gulf Coast. So we'll be watching both areas there over the next couple of days to kind of see what happens with the tropics. And then there's this, guys. I want to talk about this. So we've already got our heat death ridge is what I'm going to call it, I guess. Most meteorologists call it that. Most weather people call it that. But our big heat dome that's going to be setting up going into next week or this week into next week here, is already in place. This is the outlook from July 26th through August 1st. This is where I think the worst of the heat is going to be in place at that last week of July here. This is what's called an experimental hazardous temperature outlook. Basically gives us an 8 to 14 day range of temperatures, but without actually like showing it because the outlook only goes out to 7 days. But this is basically showing how high or where the worst case higher temperatures are going to be at. And you can clearly see that big old high risk here blob. You got the Ohio Valley, you got the plains here. I mean, you guys can see we're going to be locked in a pretty significant heat dome for much of the United States going into that last week of July. So expect temperatures to go up. The dew points are going to go up. It's going to feel gross outside. Just something I wanted to kind of show you guys before we kind of get cranking on some things here today. Here's a latest model run here. We'll kind of talk about what's going to be happening here. Here's the lower Ohio Valley as we see that convection moving through Kentucky, convection moving through Michigan, up into the Ohio Valley today. Most of that will move out, and with that being said, there's not really a lot of thunderstorm convection anticipated later on this evening. So we should see this risk zone probably removed by the time the Storm Prediction Center updates again on the 3 o'clock update. So just something to kind of take note of, be weather aware, be mindful of there. So we will see some storms initiate back into Iowa here in the next couple of hours, probably closer to 7, 8 o'clock. As these storms trickle eastward, you will have an isolated tornado threat. I'm a little bit concerned about south of Des Moines here. We'll see what happens in this catty corner here. There will be a chance that a low brief tornado, hail, and wind will be the main primary threats. And then we get to the evening hours here, and we're going to have more convection spit up, and this would probably turn into just a flooding threat. So we'll see how this works into the overnight hours tonight. I'll go back over here to the plains and show you guys what we're going to be seeing here as well for today in Nebraska. And wow, this is the models right now simulating where we already have supercells at, but you can see a couple of those will have a shot at a brief isolated tornado before kind of growing upscale around 11 p.m. to midnight into a cluster of storms, and then by then we'll see this thing weaken as we go closer to the overnight hours tonight. So we'll see what happens with that. Going up as well into the plains here, the upper high plains. See a couple storms initiate here. We could actually get a couple of tornadoes, maybe on the Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota line. So this will be something to kind of watch here as we see a couple of these supercells evolve over the next couple of hours as well. Most of these will be between about now and about 11 p.m. midnight tonight, and then eventually that'll grow upscale into a little cluster of storms, and we'll see that tornado threat ramp down. So really the tornado threat for today is only going to be between about now and about 10 p.m. Central Time, 11 p.m. Central Time. We'll see what happens, and then we'll kind of go from there and beyond. So let's go back to radar here. Pull this back up for you guys. Yeah, most of Kentucky, well, there's that.
A new PDS severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
We have grapefruit size hail, guys, or sorry, softball size hail. That's a PDS severe thunderstorm warning. Jesus, and possibly a tornado coming. 4-inch diameter hail here in the south side of Stapleton. That is gigantic hail. That is huge. It is raining softballs and possibly about to have a tornado warning on this storm as well. There it is, 4-inch diameter hail. This is once again a PDS severe thunderstorm warning here. So this is a destructive warning. Lincoln County, Nebraska, Logan County, Nebraska, and Custer County, Nebraska. You guys got to be inside. This will knock you out if you get hit in the head with a softball flowing out of a thunderstorm at about 100 plus miles per hour. So please be inside, take the warning seriously. We are also watching the potential for a tornado to be developing with this as well. Like I said, this has a pretty classy hook echo on it here, as well as the large hail. We can clearly see that hail embedded in here with this. Yeah, most of the Ohio Valley is going to be done today with severe weather. The models aren't really signaling anything else in terms of that for you guys. So if you're Kentucky, be mindful of the flood threat that's ongoing here. General thunderstorms for most of the area, but we should see those risk zones drop once we get closer into the next update, I should say. So I will ask the biggest of favors, guys. If you are new to TikTok, make sure you hit that follow button. Consider doing that as well. The biggest thing I'm asking for is if you guys will go over to my YouTube channel. We are live on YouTube as well, and hit the sub button. We are trying to get to 5K subs as quick as possible. If we can hit that goal, the better, the quicker. I might even do like a giveaway or something like that when we hit 5K subs over there. So if you have not done that, Mesomat on YouTube, the link is in my bio. You guys can head over there. I want to eventually at some point start doing, even though we stream on both platforms, I want to start doing just YouTube streams, just because the quality looks a little bit better on there. So if you would like to keep up with me, definitely consider subbing on YouTube, because we may start doing some YouTube streams only in the future here, as well as we'll still do streams on TikTok, but it would just be a little bit more better in terms of quality. So Definitely consider doing that if you guys have not. I do appreciate y'all for watching. And like I said, we have 4-inch diameter hail. I mean, this is kind of as worse as it gets here with the large hail here. Let me check MRMS and we'll see what we're getting out of this. Jeez Louise. Yeah, we are getting large hail. So about apple size hail with this storm now. There may have been an observed tag on that one, is what I'm thinking. Yeah, so still 4-inch diameter hail. This thing is impressive. This is just south of Stapleton, Nebraska. So this is just northeast of North Platte. And like I said, this will more than likely get a tornado warning at some point. I'm going to see if I can find a cam for this, if there is a storm, or if there's a camera on this. Yeah, if you guys are in the Ohio Valley or Michigan, just be mindful, be weather aware, but most of the storms will be done with for today. We might get ourselves a strong tornado out of this storm. The outflow out of this is very, very impressive. I definitely would not rule out a strong tornado today. Not at all. All right, let me see what I can find here. All of these cameras suck in Nebraska. It's like no good at all. All right. Yeah, there's sadly nothing with this. Anyways, we tried. Yep, so we're seeing that outflow kind of kick up here. Some pretty strong outflow winds, about 60, maybe some 70-mile-an-hour winds with this here. But like I said, the main thing with this is going to be the hail. Yeah, hail core is located almost over Highway 92 here. So this is moving southeast. So if you're out in front of this here, we're kind of in a rural area, but this would be headed towards Interstate 80. So this is just east of North Platte, Nebraska. So once again, make sure you guys are in your safe place if you're in this. I'd be treating this almost as a tour warning. Yeah, it's very impressive looking. Very impressive storm. Hold on just a second, guys. I'm double checking on something. There we go. All right. Yeah, you kind of got two supercells here. So you've got one severe warning storm up here, but your main storm is right here. So it's kind of helping aid in a little bit of an outflow boundary. I also want to watch that storm up here east of Arthur as well. But we get some more inflow that feeds into this. We could see a tornado out of this for sure. It's definitely not impossible. Yeah, guys, I'm not going to answer city questions whenever we've got warnings out right now. So you guys have got to be patient. If you're going to be spamming the chat and rude, you're going to get muted. No need for that. Mods are answering questions. Weather team is answering questions. They're going to give you guys the same answer as me. Iowa will see storms later on tonight. My focus is warnings instead of areas that are not seeing storms yet. All right. So once again, this is a PDS severe thunderstorm warning for softball size hail. It does have that tornado possible tag on it, and we've also got the wind threat with this. And if you guys are going to ask questions in chat, make sure you're putting your city, because all of Iowa is different. There's different areas in different parts of Iowa that are going to see different things. So once again, this is in a southern, or more like west central Nebraska. So we're gonna watch this spin. Definitely has a pretty strong outflow boundary. You got about 60 miles per hour here. I mean, it's got a pretty free environment here. I'm concerned for people that are down here in the area like Kearney, Lexington. I mean, Hastings, this area is known for tornadoes, especially down in Hastings and Grand Island. So we'll be potentially moving this into a pretty decent environment down here as well. Look at that thing. Look at that hook. Oh my goodness. That's a very impressive supercell right now, guys. Once again, softball size hail. So this is a massive hailstorm. On top of the tornado threat with it. I mean, this is like a textbook classic supercell right here. Yeah, as I say, a little bit is a little bit satisfying, yeah, but definitely scary for sure. Yes, there is rotation on this storm. I would expect them at some point here to issue a tornado warning, but we're still kind of, you guys can see how separate the inflow and the outflow are. We've got to kind of wait for those to get a little bit closer. So even though there's a hook, the hook's not going to, prompt the tornado warning. The rotation's what prompts that warning. So, even though you've got a textbook classic looking storm, the outflow is what's making that hook feature show up. It's not just the inflow. So that's what we're seeing. So once again, this is a PDS, guys, particularly dangerous, destructive storm here. Not particularly, it is a destructive storm. I mean, 4-inch diameter hail will take out a windshield and make a car look like crap. But Lincoln County, Logan County, and Custer County, Nebraska is where this is at. Thank you, Brian, for the follow, by the way. I appreciate it. But just a very impressive looking storm. So I'm starting to see that northern one up here kind of get going as well. And these storms will carry. So, when you've got outflow boundaries that are in place off of these storms here, these storms will drift. So, Lexington, Kearney, Grand Island, Hastings, Nebraska, you guys got to be watching out here because this is going to be kind of moving its way south. And if this were to drop a tornado, easily would go PDS just because of the fact that this is going to be a very populated environment or area here. So we're gonna be watching this thing. This is a very, very impressive looking storm. Like I said, I can't rule out a strong tornado whatsoever with this today. Now Fremont's way over here. You guys should mostly be okay for now. Starting to see a little bit of rotation up on that northern storm as well there. So, but you guys can see how separate the velocity is. No, guys, once again, this is in Nebraska. This is in Nebraska. Alrighty. Still trying to find a cam for the storm. If we can get one, it'd be great. All these dad gym cameras look in the road, and it's so annoying. Yeah, it's a very impressive looking storm. Said rotation is not fully there, so like I said, even though we have that hook echo feature, doesn't mean that it's all the way rotating. It has a very strong outflow though, so it won't take much if this were to get itself going here. I mean, we're kind of starting to see that inflow start to surge a little bit here, but until that prominent vorticity is there, it's not going to get warned. Yeah, the storm's moving southeast. I mean, this has got a very impressive look. So, like I said, it doesn't take much for this to get going, and it's going to be a problem if it does. Yeah, the thermodynamic environment in this area is very impressive as well. We've almost got 6,000 Cape where these storms are at right now. So we've got a very, very favorable environment. Dew points are in the 70s, temps in the 80s, very well balanced atmosphere. Tornado parameters are also very impressive right now. It's not going to take much for this to get going. Let's just hope it doesn't. So if you're out in front of this here, kind of give you guys a little bit of a timeline. Moving southeast, looks towards Gothenburg, Cozad, and Lexington, Nebraska is where this is going to go. And I believe this is moving 35. We got about 7,000 people out in front of this. So if this were to go tornadic, not good at all. Not good. Natalie, what's up? Good to see you in here. Getting rain there in Kentucky. So yeah, tornado's not on the ground right now. It's not even warned. So like I said, shouldn't be anything here quite yet because we're missing. Inflow's not quite all the way wrapped around this thing yet. Anything coming to northward Nebraska tonight? You guys do have Storm Center, I believe. Where are you guys? I'm losing my mind. Where's Northfolk at? Why am I losing? Where are you guys at? Why am I losing my? I feel so slow today, guys. Hold on a minute. Usually I know where places are at. And I can't even spell today, which is even worse. Jesus. Northeast Nebraska. Yeah, it's up here. You guys are in a slight risk. There slash marginal risk here. So I'm so slow today, guys. I know where places are at. Not today, apparently. So they did drop this warning now. It's no longer PDS. It's just down to golf ball size hail. So we are still looking at a torpos though. Yeah, it's interesting. So like I said, what's allowing this, hook feature is that outflow that's coming out of the storm here. So we just don't have a fully wrapped, area of rotation yet. So this is why that storm is not tornado warned. So shouldn't see any tornado warnings right now. It's actually kind of weakening a little bit there. Might be doing some regen. Got some new storms up here as well in Nebraska getting going. Ainsworth as well. We'll be watching for some storms. That's that flooding risk still as well back down here into Kentucky. Pretty nice, not nice, but a pretty decent amount of wind coming out of these storms down here into Kentucky. So central Kentucky, eastern Kentucky, got a lot of flooding on the way here. So be mindful here. WPC did upgrade to that. Moderate risk for flash flooding in this area here. So this is where that flash flooding threat's going to be the highest at. Most of the Ohio Valley today, like I mentioned, is going to be pretty much done with the severe weather threat. I think that they will, remove this risk zone once the next update comes out. We're also still watching some severe weather, damaging wind and hail threat back over here in Virginia, North Carolina. Mostly these storms are sub-severe with the exception of 2 storms that are warned for wind. So typically is what happens when you get these summertime patterns, but lots of flash flood warnings. So don't drive in flooded roadways, guys. Do not do that. Be safe. So yep, you guys can see this storm either is collapsing or it might be trying to re-get itself together here. But we lost a lot of what we had on the storm a few minutes ago. So this goes to tell you guys, every time you see a hook on a storm doesn't mean it's always producing a tornado. You got to have everything else come together because now this is looking a little bit more sloppy. Thank you guys also for the gifts, by the way. I appreciate it. Make sure, guys, if you are not subscribed to me on YouTube, that you do that. We're going to start eventually here at some point doing some sub-only YouTube streams. As long as you're subbed, it's free to do it. You will be a part of that. You will see those streams. I do appreciate all the follows, though, guys. Y'all are awesome. Yep, so this is potentially weakening, which is good. Got a little worried there for a minute on this storm. Justin, Michigan should be pretty much chill. You guys might have some general thunderstorms with some wind and hail, but you guys should mostly be okay. Yeah, eventually at some point, I want to move over to YT, like, fully, but that's probably never going to happen until TikTok either goes away or makes its mind up what it's going to do. So, like I said, with all the stuff going on with TikTok, guys, if you watch me on TikTok and you rely on me for weather, or you would like to keep up with me, make sure you guys sub to me over on YT. We are live on there also at the same time that we're live on here. We're sitting at 3K subs over there. We're trying to get to 5K. As soon as we get to 5K, I'll do a giveaway or something like that. So that's going to be the best place to find me is over there. The content is a little bit better. The quality is a little bit better. That, and I can see questions a lot better instead of all the spam stuff. So. That, and if you are a member, it's a paid subscription over on YouTube as well. But if you become a member, it's like $3 a month is the cheapest. You get access to member-only videos as well as member-only live streams, which I'll start rolling out as well once we hit 10. So we're at 4 members right now. So once we get 6 more, I'll start rolling those out for you guys that are subbed over there. All right. This is Nebraska, guys. We are watching Nebraska currently. So I think these two storms are potentially weakening right now. What's up, Sierra? Good to see you. We'll see if these storms merge and become more of a kind of cluster. Because right now, they are not doing anything impressive. Just wind and hail right now. We'll have to switch over to the other radar site here pretty soon as well. That's a hard to say, Brooke. Right now, it's clearly going to be supercells. We could get a cluster. The models aren't really signaling a line, but then again, too, the models are models. We'll see if we get some upscale growth, but it should be mostly sporadically discrete for now. At least mostly for Nebraska, it should be. I'm doing good, Sierra. I hope you are as well. It's been a rainy Saturday here in Kentucky, that's for sure. Oh, man. We're going to watch that storm. We should get a new severe thunderstorm warning on the storm in Tryon. Starting to look a little bit wonky over there. A lot of times, too, when you get storms that are, fire off all in the same area, it can get a little bit hectic. So storms are a little bit struggle-ish in terms of becoming tornadic. Yeah, no, this one actually does not have a tornado. It's actually lost its rotation. So that's what I was telling you guys earlier. Just because there's a hook on a storm doesn't mean that it's going to have a tornado on it. Right now, this has barely any rotation to it. It had a more impressive rotation earlier, but weakened. Once again, guys, this is in Nebraska. Thank you, Angie, for the gifts. Megan, thank you for the gifts. I appreciate you guys. We do have a gift goal as well, guys. If we either hit our gift goal on TikTok today or our gift goal on YouTube and Super Chats today, I will do a giveaway next week. That's always the thing. Anytime we're on here and stream, if we hit a goal, we'll do a giveaway. We'll do gift cards or something next week. When does fall severe weather start? I personally, there's not really like a set time frame. I always say that it starts like late August going into September as we start to see clashes of air masses more. We should start to see, especially as we transition into the month of August and then maybe even September, more of those bigger troughs coming in. So right now we're basically working off of ridging and zonal flow. So a lot of these big tornado outbreaks that we would see during the springtime typically will kind of flip-flop back to when we go into the late fall. So it just depends on the setup. Not really would say a specific time frame because the jet stream is going to do what the jet stream wants to do. So, but we'll be here. I think it's crazy, guys. I say this every stream now because we're getting closer to it, but we'll be talking about snow in about 2.5 months. Crazy. Louisville, Kentucky is experiencing heavy rain right now. And with us transitioning from a neutral pattern potentially to a neutral Enzo / La Nina Enzo, could make the Midwest and the Upper Plains a little bit more snowy this year. We'll see. I don't really like to make snow forecast early without outlook, so makes it a little bit more harder. This year has been go, go, go. It has gone by really quickly. And it's crazy, too, because we're almost halfway through hurricane season, and we've barely had any storms. But I think the MJO is going to be waking up here pretty soon, so we'll see. Definitely got to watch that blob out in the Atlantic right now, though. See what it does. We're going to have our biggest heat wave of the year, guys, starting tomorrow for much of the United States, going through the end of the month and first week of August is what it looks to be. So enjoy it. Enjoy the heat. It's going to be hot. It's going to be gross. It's going to feel like soup outside. We've gotten so much rain over the last couple of weeks or days, so I was going to do lawn mowing today and weed eating and getting the grass cleaned up and making the yard look pretty, but 3 inches of rainfall just ruined that for the next couple of days. So I will have no other options other than to be out doing garden work in the grossness over the next couple of days. So it is what it is at this point. The just send you guys over. Lay, I love that. I love it. I love you guys all coming in here. Make sure when you guys see her again that you tell her I appreciate her. I appreciate it. Y'all are awesome. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are her little worms. Well, we have no tornadic storms right now. The storm that was trying to become tornadic kind of fell apart. So we'll see if this can rejuvenate itself. Hopefully that's not the case. I'm really starting to watch this storm still over here in Tryon. It's barely moving. Strong outflow, not a lot of inflow. So we'll see if they do anything with it. Yep, all Justice worms are coming in. I love it. Yeah, I had a hook on it. I was telling Chad a few minutes ago, rotation on it wasn't super, super impressive. So I always tell you guys, and this is just for that teaching moment, just because a storm does not have, or does have a hook on it, doesn't mean it's going to be tornadic every time. You always have to look at velocity. And right now, none of these storms impress me. So got a couple little severe thunderstorm warnings down here in Colorado / Kansas, but those are non-tornadic. Just stay hydrated. Yeah, I will be 100%. Chicago gonna be okay? Oh yeah, you guys are fine in Chicago. Marginal / slight risk. You got a chance for some wind tonight. We'll see. I want to see what SBC does at 8 p.m. That's where I really am interested at. We'll kind of see what happens from here. So. Grand Island might get these storms. It's just kind of a wait and see game. You guys are just south of these warnings. So, all right. Should these just by the time they get to Omaha? I don't know the answer to that one. I don't think so. I mean, we got a lot of instability. The dew points are high. Got a little bit of shear, so we'll see. Kind of drifting these storms east southeast. You got this motion kind of southeast, but then you also have an easterly motion. So we'll probably get some storms initiating in this area here in the next little bit. They did just severe warn the storm up here near Ainsworth for hail, for 1.5-inch hail. Not looking at anything crazy on that storm. Got a new little blob popping up over North Platte. Watch that. So, like I said, guys, today is not going to be like a super, super crazy day, at least as of right now. Level 2 slight risk. You can get some wild things to happen in these risk zones regardless. But really just going to be watching mostly the heavy rainfall, especially for a lot of other areas. Whew. I always yawn when I get on stream. I don't know why. Will this storm hit Indy? No. No. Yeah, tornado risk for southeast Iowa tonight is a small 2%, so we'll be watching it. Now, this storm is falling apart, but a new storm is developing over North Platte. Absolutely, guys. I appreciate you guys for watching. We're here to keep y'all safe. That's the goal at the end of the day. You guys will always get reliable, real information, unlike half the other people on this platform that don't know what they're talking about, that don't even do weather coverage. There's so much fear-mongering and insanity on this social media app. It's just crazy to me. I'm actually in school for meteorology, guys. Like, I'm not doing this just to do this. Like, I've been doing weather coverage for almost 8 years. 8 years will be actually in November for me, now that I think about it. Like I said, I'm in school for it, so. Started doing weather coverage when I was like 15. Yep, saving lives one storm at a time. Absolutely. 100%, Justin. You guys see this water bottle that Rochelle got me for my birthday? Look at that. That's pretty freaking cool. I freaking love this water bottle. So eventually at some point, whether it's 4, 5, 6 years from now, you guys will be saying meteorologist, mesomat, or I don't know, something like that. I do want to get my degree finished. It'll just take some time. That'll be something down the road. Paducah, Kentucky, thunderstorms, low in wind threat. Those storms are coming through now, so maybe see some flash flooding with that too. These storms are not that impressive right now. Not that impressive at all. I wonder if we're going to get a new hook to develop on this, because this looks to be one storm now. Mother Renee should say, "Watch this." Yeah, it wouldn't shock me too. See, like I said, these storms can change so quickly. It's a very unstable environment. We've got like 5,000 cape in this area right now, so it's not gonna take much. It's not gonna take much at all. Lexington flash flooding would be your biggest threat, with maybe some wind. With that cluster of storms coming your way. We're back up to 2-inch diameter hail on that storm there in Tryon. See, this is something that might get Tor warned. We'll see. A little bit of rotation here south of Tryon. Not anything too crazy, but just enough to maybe spark a warning. We'll see. I am noticing, and this is something that I just saw now, we are starting to see a little bit of a surge of inflow here. So, you know, it's, once again, very favorable tornado environment in this area right now. So, new severe thunderstorm warning here south of Callaway. Torpos, golf ball size hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds headed southeast here. This may really get itself together before it gets towards Lexington, Kearney, and Hastings, Nebraska. That's what we're watching for. May see that get going again. Just an update on the flooding over here in Kentucky. Like I mentioned, a cluster of storms moving through. You can kind of see where that outflow boundary is in place. So Paducah, you're about to get storms. Hopkinsville, Bowling Green. If you're over here in Louisville, you're about done with your storms. Rain's moving through now, but I want to watch actually Lexington, you're almost done. I would see the more imminent flood threat over at least locally for the next couple of hours would be in this vicinity here. So like Bowling Green, Campbellsville, Danville, Richmond, Somerset. This is where, excuse me, these storms will be moving into, but they are on a weakening trend, so that's good news. And then a couple storms ongoing over here where we could see some flash flooding back over here in the northeast again. So just be weather aware, guys. They did upgrade that WPC outlook to a level 3 out of 4 moderate risk, but I haven't seen significant flooding. I know a lot of these are observed, 1 to 3 inches of rainfall. 1 to 3. So we'll see what those final rainfall totals are for today once this storm system wraps up. But I want to go back to Nebraska because we might be getting another little shot here at this. Oh, we had some wild storms here in western Kentucky earlier. So, yeah, this is not something that I want to see, is this here. Like I said, we could be getting our first tornado warning here of the afternoon here very soon. We kind of watched this storm weekend, and now it looks like it's strengthening, and this looks to be potentially the healthiest it's been so far. Well, there's that.
A new PDS severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
That is for this storm. So we now have a PDS severe thunderstorm warning, guys. Large apple-size hail for Lincoln County and McPherson County, Nebraska. So if you are in those two counties here in Nebraska, please be inside, away from windows. Don't be in your car. This is apple-size hail flying out of the downdraft of a thunderstorm at about 120 miles per hour. So it's going to cause some damage. So be inside. Don't be outside. You can get yourself killed doing that. So don't do that. And this is also, yeah, 50-mile-per-hour winds and apple-sized hail out of that. We can actually take a look at that on MRMS. I'd say MRS is picking up on about 2 inches, so I'm guessing it was a observed report again on that. We'll see. Yeah, I was going to get it again today. Should be on the lesser severe side, but we'll see. I mean, you guys are in a slight risk again, so it's kind of the same catty corner again. It's going to be, we're watching for a potential tornado warning to be issued here pretty soon. If you are in Eddyville, Nebraska, headed towards Lexington, I mean, the whole Interstate 80 corridor here, the storm's coming right for you guys. And we got a good amount of people in front of this here, so it's the concern. This is going to be our new hook once it starts getting going. Yeah, PDS severe thunderstorm warning right now up here in Tryon for apple-sized hail. Jeez Louise, look at these echo tops. 63,000 feet is absolutely impressive. That is insane. 63,000 feet. I rarely ever do I see that dark purple on there. So these are very strong storms, guys. Very high echo tops, very healthy storms. If you're in Hastings, you got to be watching because this is on its way. It's a horrible arrow that I just drew, but I would expect a tornado warning here soon out of this. It does look to be that we're going to get a lot more supercells over the next couple of hours with this storm complex, so we'll see what happens here. Yeah, this is a very impressive look right now. Yeah, Lincoln's okay right now. No, Kansas City, you're not going to get this. This is not for you guys. I need a post or get something fixed on my overlay here to where I can just say, like, this is the state that we're in. Thank you, Bia. Thank you guys for the gifts. I appreciate it. Yeah, so you got a lot of severe storms in and around North Platte. I mean, you got a storm over top of you. You got, Torpos to the east of you and a large destructive hailstorm to the north of you there. So just be aware. TT, thank you for the roses. I appreciate it. 44 roses. Thank you, thank you. We should start to see some more convection in this area here soon as well. Oh, we have a flash flood emergency just to the north of Washington, D.C. Hold on just a second, guys. Yep, we do. So this is just outside of DC. Flash flood emergency for catastrophic flooding. This is going to be for, wow, between 3 and 5 inches of rain has fallen in the last hour with rainfall rates of 1 to 2 inches in 30 minutes. This is a flash flood emergency for Montgomery County in Maryland. So it is worst case scenario event up in Maryland right now with this. This is just north of DC, guys. Silver Spring is where that emergency is at. So once again, this is a catastrophic situation here with over 1 to 2 inch rainfall rates in an hour is bad, let alone in 30 minutes. That's not good. And we are still seeing rain in this area. It's just not moving. So you need to be seeking higher ground if you're in that flash flood emergency. That's a life-threatening situation, guys, if you're in that area there. I want to go back to North Platte because it looks like we are very, very close to our first potential tornado today of the day. TT with the sub. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you with the sub coming in with that. Thank you. Thank you again. Much, much support. I appreciate it. Those subs go a long way. I do appreciate it, guys. So looking at the feature of our storm here, this is the most impressive storm by far. Like I said, we are starting to see that hook reestablish itself here. We are looking at velocity again as well, and this should become a tornado warning very, very soon. Very, very strong outflow winds. This is starting to concern me, maybe even for the threat of a strong tornado in the future here. If this does get itself going, I've mentioned that a couple of times now. When you start to see those yellows pop up there, that's never a good sign. So if you were out in front of this Etna, I would be, if I was smart, getting to my safe place in Etna, Nebraska, and then eventually this will be headed towards Gothenburg, Cozad, Lexington, and Eddyville, almost in Kentucky, Eddyville, Nebraska. So we may get our first big-time tornado here very, very soon, guys, and it's not a good thing. We don't want that. The models are just doing some vulgar things right now for this evening. I don't like what the models are doing. It's got me a little bit concerned for this tornado risk for the next couple of hours. Guys, Ohio is fine. Ohio is fine. What website do I use for my models? Weatherbell, Pivotal, Tropical. I mean, I use them all. I literally have a subscription for everything. We should see a tornado warning on this here soon. I mean, we've got some very, very bright color. God, we're getting at least almost 80-mile-an-hour winds out of this thing. This is not a good look, guys. Not a good look. Yeah, Ohio's supposed to get some general storms potentially tonight. It's not a slam dunk, though. It's a marginal risk for you guys back over here. The model, yeah, general thunderstorms, mostly non-severe at this point. They'll probably drop most of that risk zone off here in the next update. Yeah, this is Nebraska right now, yeah. We'll be talking about Iowa and everybody else's storms initiate. Also, weather apps, guys, are not the best in terms of hourly forecasts. They've not been the best. Thank you guys for the follows. I do appreciate it. What's up, Jaden? How are you? Good to see you on YouTube. Good to see you. Once again, guys, if you are new to TikTok on my page here, do hit that follow button. Also, guys, we are live on YouTube. We are trying to grow our sub count over there as quick as possible. Once we hit 5K, we'll do a giveaway over there. There's another one.
A new PDS severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
That's for large hail again. So, but yeah, we are trying to grow as quickly as we can over there. We are also going to be rolling out YouTube only streams in the next little bit, probably in the next month or so. So if you guys want to keep up with me, we'll still be streaming on TikTok, but we'll start doing some side streams just on YouTube as well. So make sure you guys follow me or sub to me over there. It's free to do that. And we'll keep you guys updated on both platforms. It's just a lot better quality, and I don't have to fight with two different streams at the same time. All right, we have a new destructive severe thunderstorm warning here with apple-sized hail and a tornado possible as well with this. I do still think this is going to get tornado warned here soon. But Lincoln County and Custer County, again, large apple-sized hail. Iowa is fine right now, guys. Iowa is not going to see storms until later on tonight. We're talking after 8, 9 p.m. So we'll get to that as those storms initiate over there. This is not good. I don't like the way this is looking. Mostly an isolated wind threat for you guys.
A new severe thunderstorm watch has been issued.
That's for Montana, North Dakota, and South Dakota. So we'll get to that here in a second. But yeah, it'll be an isolated tornado threat, wind threat, and hail threat for Iowa tonight. Kind of same case scenarios last night. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in Iowa this week. I do not like what we are seeing, guys. This is the start potentially of a ridiculous, maybe tornado here. So, not good. We don't like to see these bright outflow colors. I'm actually shocked this is not warned for 80-mile-an-hour winds. Should be. What's up, John? Good to see you on YouTube. Hope you were doing well, bud. Excuse me. What's up, Jess? So I typically, you guys know how I do with the streams here. Typically, if I start to get concerned about a storm going tornadic, I usually tell people to get to their safe place before a warning comes out. I would start to potentially do that here. If you were in
a new severe thunderstorm watch has been issued.
So if you are south here going towards like Gothenburg, we've got Cozad, Eddyville, Lexington, I would be kind of starting to get my safe place together, know where to go when you get a warning here, because more than likely in the next 30 minutes or so, this storm will be tornado warned. It's very, very impressive right now. We've got very strong outflow winds, at least 80-mile-per-hour winds maybe coming out of this storm. We've got large hail up to apple size and possibly even a tornado getting ready to head this way if that were to be the case. So right now, no tornado, but it is trying. It is attempting to go through tornado genesis. Faith with the sub, number 99. I appreciate you as well. Thank you for the sub as well as the heart me. Guys, you sub on TikTok or you become a member on YouTube, both the same price. It goes a long way. I do appreciate it very, very much. If you do become a member on YouTube, though, it's like $3.99. You can head over there, subscribe for free, and then click the join button. It'll let you become a member. That also pushes our algorithm out because it's very difficult on YouTube. Y'all mostly know that. So I do appreciate whichever you guys do on both sides. Very, very much appreciated. You guys are awesome. And like I said, if we either hit our goal on TikTok today or if we hit our super chat goal on YouTube, we'll do a giveaway next week. I appreciate it, Faith. That means a lot. I have a lot of people that have been watching for a good amount of time. I appreciate it. You guys are watching us now as we grow small all the way up to eventually we'll be up there, hopefully at some point. So, like I said earlier, I'll be a meteorologist at some point. Still got some time to get through school, but I appreciate y'all for watching me, as well as the team. The team does a hard job. They do a good job here. So I can typically call a tornado before about 15 to 30 minutes before it looks like it's going to happen. So it's pretty good. Gives you guys a good amount of time. It's all about how to read radar. You know how to read radar? It can save your life. That's the goal, Faith. I appreciate it. I try to. That's the goal like this. When you know something fishy's going on, if you know what the environment's doing and you know what is potentially like and you start to see storms do this, you know what's going to happen. It's a given. That's just meteorology 101. So like right now we've got a supercell producing large hail and a backward C-shaped hook echo developing. What does that typically mean? You're more than likely going to get a tornado out of it at some point. I've wondered that a lot, Will. We've had some really interesting calls in the last couple of years that I've been streaming, and I'm like, I wonder if NWS is watching, but there ain't no way. There ain't no way. Why would they watch Mesomat? There's so many bigger weather creators out there, especially like Max and Ryan and all these other people that have a lot of respect for, clearly. Degreed or not degreed, doesn't matter. But that I would feel like they would watch before, so we'll see.
A new severe thunderstorm watch has been issued.
So that new watch that just came out, guys, is for Montana and South Dakota and North Dakota. It's a big time watch, and I believe this is going to be, this is going to be out until 1 a.m. Central Time. So, yeah, I have high respect for Max. I've watched Max since he was at 200K. This was right at my beginning stream time. So, here is that new watch. Is 12 a.m. Mountain Time, 1 a.m. Central Time. This is going to be for Eastern Montana, from Glasgow all the way down through Jordan and Miles City, southwestern portions of North Dakota, and then southern and northern portions of South Dakota and northeastern Wyoming. So we'll be looking at a tornado threat, wind threat, and hail threat for you guys in that watch box. What's up, Kendra? What's up, Joseph? Be safe out there and have fun, bud. I would love to chase in Nebraska on a day like this, but I live like 15 hours away. It's a little bit hard. Heather with the rose. Good to see you in here. Mel, thank you for the rose. I appreciate you guys. What is up? What is up? I appreciate the follow, Joseph. Eventually, at some point, guys, we'll have full-time chasers chasing for us, but I don't have the money to spend on chasers right now, and it does take some time to get that stuff set up. So eventually, at some point, we'll have live stream chasers. We have them occasionally, sometimes, if I can find a couple that want to work with me, but it's a little hard these days. But I do respect all the chasers out there. Y'all do amazing things. So once again, we are watching a barrage of supercells here with gigantic hail and some wild, wild looks. I mean, this is a really impressive storm here, southwest of Callaway here. I mean, we've got at least 80, maybe some 80 plus mile an hour wind gusts in here. You've got a little bit of inflow. This storm has been attempting to produce an isolated tornado for a good amount of time now. It hasn't quite got there yet. Oh, you're fine, Joseph. Dude, if you're interested, message me if you want to. You can. I'll work with anybody. It's just so hard because not anything. I know chasers gotta have money to pay for gas and stuff like that. It's just so hard to find somebody. Most people want like $80 and $90 and $100 an hour, and I'm like, I don't have that right now. Maybe when we're famous, we can do something like that one of these days. Maybe when we're famous, when we got 1 million subs or something like that. All right, so like I said, definitely getting some pretty nasty winds here at Etna. I mean, we've got some 90 mile an hour wind. I mean, this should be upgraded to at least 80 mile per hour winds, if not 90. So this is a really big supercell. Yeah, I want to watch. I agree too, Joseph. I want to watch Western Iowa. The models look really intriguing tonight, and we've not had a lot of storm initiation in this area today. So as these storms kind of float and we get new supercells initiating later on this evening, I am definitely intrigued on what's going to happen in that area tonight. Definitely a favorable environment, especially after midnight tonight, I think. Definitely be a longer evening. Also need to watch this storm in North Platte. Does have some potential here as a rotation potentially developing. Very weak rotation right now, but North Platte, just be heads up. You are in a warning for hail. Yeah, I mean, the wind, like I said, North Platte needs to upgrade this to at least 80 mile per hour winds because we're getting some 90s in here. This is going to do destruction at this point. It's not great. I don't like to see this. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate it. Ben, you should be good in Michigan, bud. Not too concerned about you guys up there. Make sure, guys, we're not spamming in chat. I'll have to mute people that spam. Okay, that's good to hear, Carissa. I was getting really, really worried because we were seeing a lot of those warnings coming out earlier. It did not look good. This is a very impressive looking supercell, guys. The one here in Etna is just doing wild, wild things right now. This should be tornado warned. Like, now we're starting to get to the point where I told you guys earlier at the beginning of the stream, North Platte NWS is known for having missed tornado warning calls. Like, it happens more times than not. They missed one last year. There was a tornado warning on the ground headed toward North Platte that was on the ground for 30 minutes before they even warned it. So this should be tornado warned. This is actually a little bit unacceptable. I don't agree with this. Velocity is definitely there. We are getting potentially up to 90-mile-per-hour winds. There's definitely not 130-mile-an-hour winds in this. That's not reaching all the way to the ground, I don't think. Clearly not. But this should be tornado warned. So if you are in the areas in the future of this storm here, please get to your safe place now. Because this is known to happen in this area a lot. Actually, it's sad. I don't have any cameras that work in this area, no. So Gothenburg, Cozad, Lexington. I mean, we've got a 7,000 population in this area here, especially as you head towards Lexington, Nebraska. So if you were in these areas, guys, please seek shelter. This should get tornado warned hopefully soon rather than later, but we'll see. A little bit crazy that this is not warned yet. Yeah, this has been attempting to rotate for an hour and 30 minutes now. So once again, this should be at least an 80-mile-an-hour warning. It's already got destructive hail.
A new severe thunderstorm watch has been issued.
That's for North Dakota. So once again, if you are in Lincoln County or Custer County, Nebraska, seek shelter now. Like, just go. Get to your safe place. I mean, Etna is getting at least 80-mile-per-hour winds right now. Gothenburg, Cozad, Lexington, Eddyville, Nebraska would be next. So these would be the areas next that we're watching. This should be a tornado warned storm, and it's not. It's a monster supercell. Okay. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate it. Surprised I haven't done I got a new mesoscale already. That's for Iowa. So we're going to get a watch potentially here for eastern Nebraska and Iowa. We'll see. This is crazy. Why is this not warned? I mean, both of these storms can be warned, personally. Definitely need a tornado warning on this one. Possibly on this one in North Platte almost. Ugh. All right, so the warning's up to 70-mile-per-hour winds. 70 torpos and baseball size hail. Raining and hailing in North Platte. Yeah, you guys are right on top of that storm there. It's just not moving either. This is in east and north of North Platte, guys. All right, I'm going to step away for 2 seconds and use the bathroom. Connie, thank you for the heart meat and the lightnings. I appreciate it. I'll be right back, y'all. Do we seriously still not have a tornado warning on this storm? This is actually crazy. What in the world is going on? This is like the same crap that North Platte did last year. Jesus, I mean that's guys. I mean, if you were the National Weather Service office, you'd warn this, right? I'm not the only one not seeing this, right? Like this is actually insane. It's not like super crazy. I mean, even the one over here in Big Nell, it's like just out of precaution. I mean, what? The echo tops are just insane out of this, though. All right, I'm trying to check on. Jesus. Yeah, I'm really not surprised on this though, guys. I definitely think that's rotation. They're messing with some pretty decent populated areas here with this too, so it's not good. Oh, Justin, you've been a member for a month now, dude. That's freaking crazy. You just popped up. I appreciate you. Love your streams, Matt. You helped me with my small amount of storm anxiety. So happy to be a member. Hopefully, a mod, a part of the team. Yeah, I got you, bud. Message me so we can get that figured out. Message me so we can get that figured out. I need to get that. No, you already did message me. I need to get back to you is what I need to do. I lose my mind sometimes. I need to get back to you and get that. We need to get that figured out. I appreciate you the membership though. That means a lot, dude. Seriously. That's crazy that it's been a month already. That's insane. Definitely, guys, considering if you guys ever want to support, the best way to support, become a member on YouTube. It is like $3.99 a month. Those memberships go the longest of ways. It is very much appreciated. You get access to membership-only videos as well as live streams, which we're going to start rolling out very soon. So if you would like to see those, if you were not a member on YouTube, you will not see that. You guys can sub to me on YouTube for free. Becoming a member is $3.99 a month. That's so crazy, Justin. You're my first 1 month, though. That's insane. Yeah, I'm super excited, guys, to see how, like I said, we are just, every single time that we get on here and we stream and we cover these events, we are saving lives. Y'all see it happen in real time. You guys all see it. We are continuing to grow the channel, both on TikTok and on YouTube. YouTube is what we're really pushing right now because I want to eventually, at some point in the future, move over to YouTube full time, still post on TikTok. Just the live streams do good. They're a little bit wonky, but eventually at some point the YouTube just has a lot better graphic quality. The streams just look better. So if you guys have not subbed to me on YouTube, it is free to do that. But eventually at some point we're going to be moving over there, maybe next year full time. We just got big goals, big goals coming in the future here. So both of these storms should be tornado warned. I mean, this is crazy. What's up, Hot Wheels? Good to see you. Good to see you, bud. Yeah, both of these storms should be tornado warned. I would at least think. There is Jenny Purrs at the door. Come on, Purrs. What way is this moving? Southeast. So we got a brand new severe thunderstorm warning, golf ball size hail, and it is torpos headed towards Lexington. But I would still be treating this almost as a tor warning, just because it is rotating pretty significantly. Yeah, Maryland is Maryland's going underwater right now. Just north of DC, we have a flash flood emergency in effect for what has been 3 to 5 inches of rain that has fallen in a very quick period of time, and that area is very flood prone up there.
A new severe thunderstorm watch has been issued.
You guys can see Jenny Purr over here too. She's doing the thing. That new watch is for Kansas, so we'll get to that here in just a second. Would you like to say hi to everybody, Miss Purrs? A cat camera will be coming soon, I promise. It is on the way soon. But there's the Purrs. He's the Jenny Purrs. We love Jenny Purr. She's amazing. She sits on top of the other table here where my other computer is at. Cat! I love it. All right, so once again, if I was the NWS in North Platte, I would have a tornado warning here and a tornado warning here. But that is me. We should have 2 warnings, radar indicated, but we don't. Which is insane. Yeah, it does do that, Jacqueline. That's very true, too. Are the tornadoes in Nebraska today supposed to be weaker? When you get these mesoscale days, it's really, really hard. Just because outflow boundaries produce strong shear sometimes. It's really hard to say. With today's environment, definitely can't rule out a strong tornado. But more on probably on the weaker side, but you still can never rule it out. I mean, the environment's going to do what the environment wants to do at the end of the day. So we just got to go with the flow, sadly, on how this works. Like I said, both of these storms should be tor warned, I think, personally. You've got a pretty decent inflow outflow ratio on both of these. We do got a pretty nasty storm as well up here near Bassett, up here in northern Nebraska for wind and hail. No rotation on that storm, but keep you guys updated on that. Yeah, guys, make sure you're paying attention to the chat. My weather team is in here answering y'all's questions. I cannot answer every question, and I'm not going to do that really unless we've got, not a lot of warnings ongoing. So I try to answer as many as I can when I can, guys, but I'm only one person, so you guys got to be patient. I don't know of any other weather streamers that have a 60 weather team people or 60 people on a team with them. So I've got almost 20 mods in here that'll be in and out the streams. I've got a bunch of other people on my team as well that'll be in here answering questions. So you guys just got to be patient. I appreciate your Hot Wheels, bud. Same back to you as well, bud. It's so weird because like NWS here in North Platte will like warn this storm for extremely large hail, but then they'll do a backdoor or not a backdoor, but a downward warning or downtrend warning of like golf ball size hail, and then they'll end up upgrading it again. So it's weird. It's so weird. I appreciate it, Amanda. Same back to you being on the team. I appreciate you. Absolutely, Faith, not a problem.
A new severe thunderstorm watch has been issued.
I live in Western Kentucky, but not Paducah, no. I'm not going to tell y'all where I live, though. It's a little weird, but no. I'm in Western Kentucky, though. I appreciate you, Hot Wheels. Good to always see you in here. You're amazing. Yeah, that's a little weird, guys. Don't ask. Don't ask exactly where I live. That's a little weird. Anything for Texas? Kenna, believe it or not, you are going to have some of the hottest weather you've seen all year. And that says something. Not a lot of rain, though, so that'll be good. We'll talk about that overall pattern here in a little bit. We're just kind of chilling. Once again, I'm really awed at the fact that we've had no tornado warnings on this storm, and it's been cranking we've been live for 2 hours now. We got on here with this storm cranking, so it's just astonishing to me that this has not prompted any warnings yet. Garcia, what is the weather app would like to have handy? Yeah, so if you want something that's free, My Radar is really coming along. It's a really good free weather app. It's got all the good stuff on it, radar, weather, all that stuff. You type in your location, you get your answers. If you want something to pay for, WeatherWise is good. Free/paid for, depending on what you want on there. Radar Mega you pay for, and RadarScope is good, but you pay for it too. NWS issues the watches and the warnings. All alerts come from NWS offices throughout the states. So the TV stations, guys, don't issue the news, the alerts. That's the biggest thing. It all comes from NWS. So when people say, oh, like, NWS doesn't matter or any of that stuff, it does, because they issue the watches and the warnings, all from NWS. Kansas currently right now, there's a couple storms down here. We did get a watch for Kansas, but mostly in the form of damaging winds and hail. Can't rule out an isolated tornado, but these are mostly going to be sporadic downbursts of damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour, and then the hail threat. So we'll be watching Kansas today. Kansas City, not necessarily in a risk zone, but we're going to be watching kind of up in this area through this evening for you guys. Yeah, by the way, if anybody is interested on days where I'm not on stream, which does happen, I am hosting or asking if people are interested in learning about weather one-on-one classes. Message me. I'm getting with people one-on-one and kind of teaching. So if you're interested in that, send me a message and I'll get with you. Kind of teaching how to read radar, stuff like that. So we'll have a lot of time going into next week where I'll be able to do that a little bit more, just because we're going to be kind of locked under a heat dome. There'll still be some severe weather throughout the week, but it'll be kind of in spurts. So yes, if you are interested in weather training, I guess is what we'll call it, shoot me a message and I'll be getting with people. All right. In my opinion, where do I see the flooding happening? Yeah, so we've already seen some pretty decent flooding, and here's the problem. We're going to keep this general thunderstorm pattern in almost sub to low and severe weather risk much in the Ohio Valley through much of next week, as we kind of see ridging set up. We'll see that high pressure set up. There'll be some afternoon storms with instability. But right now, the higher flooding threat is going to be more concentrated towards eastern Kentucky, where we've got a complex of storms kind of moving through. So Lexington down to Bowling Green, or not more Bowling Green, more east of Bowling Green here would be where could see rainfall rates of about 1 to 3 inches, given what we're seeing with the cluster of storms. But this storm complex is weakening. Most of our flooding has been up in northwestern Kentucky and southern Illinois and Indiana this afternoon, where we've seen all of these warnings at. So just be weather aware. It's not going to be like, colossal mega flooding like in Texas or anything, but if you get 3 or 4 inches of rainfall in a good couple of hours, it could cause some problems. So just be weather aware if you're in those areas. WPC does have that moderate risk out for flash flooding, so just be heads up on that. What do you want, Cat? Go if you're going to go. You either want in or you want out. Choose your options. Yeah, don't back talk me. Go or stay. What are you doing? Sorry, guys. Hold on. It's like I have to babysit. Are you going or are you not? There you go. Yeah, that's what I thought. My door paint has peeled off like it's nothing, because she either wants in, scratches up the door, gets in, wants to leave, scratches up the door again. It's great. Flint, Michigan, you guys should be fine. General thunderstorms for you guys. That severe risk should pretty much downtrend tonight. So. Yeah, Jenny Purr is a very unique cat. Very unique cat. She's my baby, but she is a very unique cat. So, Indiana, Ohio, most of Kentucky and Michigan, sub-severe mostly. Other than that marginal risk, they probably will drop that marginal risk in the next 2 hours when SPC updates again. Just I don't expect much. We already saw what we were going to see today. Today was more of kind of a hit or miss with severe weather just because of the boundary that was in place from yesterday. So we are still watching these two storms that are ongoing in central Nebraska right now. So guys, once we're covering warnings, if you're new to the stream, as we cover warnings, I'll talk about other areas. If you're not being talked about, you should be good. So like I said, the Ohio Valley is not really expecting much other than general thunderstorms today. A lot of heavy rainfall up here in Michigan, not anything severe. Most of this area in through here is going to be just rainfall. Should be good. Not expecting really anything severe. That risk zone will more than likely drop off because we've already seen storms come through. We'll be focused on Nebraska, Kansas, and Iowa tonight. I do need to start to look at our new GFS coming in. Sounds good, Justin. I appreciate you as always, bud. Take care. We could have a couple derecho setups as we go toward the end of the month as well, which is going to be very intriguing to watch too. Interestingly enough, the models are still trying to spin up a tropical system in the Gulf again next week, and it's still trending, and it's absolutely annoying watching this try to happen because we don't know what's going to happen. But we could get another National Hurricane Center highlighted area here pretty soon for the Gulf. We'll see what happens. Could be looking at a couple areas. So I do think the tropics, I think we will continue to start to talk more and more about the tropics as we get into August, especially into September and October as peak season gets here. Severe weather will start to kind of diminish a little bit because we'll have ridging setting up, but that'll open the door for the tropics to get going. If you guys ever get pictures and videos of stuff, you guys can send it to me on our Facebook page as well. I can see it on there. I really wonder. This is so tricky. I really wonder if NHC is going to highlight again. We might get a second lemon. It's weird. Yeah, I want to see what NHC does at 8 p.m. in 2 hours, and we'll go from there and see what they do. But the GFS model is definitely kicking up some 2 tropical waves going into next week and the week after that. So we'll be watching that. We'll see the Euro trends with it. But yeah, guys, other than that, these 2 storms that are warned right now for hail and wind and a possible isolated tornado are approaching the Lexington area here in Nebraska. We probably won't get another tornado watch. It'll probably be a severe thunderstorm watch. Still got a massive supercell up here as well, up here near O'Neill. A little bit of rotation, not anything too crazy on that. It seems to be that Nebraska just does not want a tornado warn storms today. Is what I'm seeing. That seems to be a trend today. Which is not a good trend. It's not a good one to have. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate it. The shares. Y'all are awesome. Okay. All right, got a new warning here. It's going to be for Nebraska again. So far, no tornado warnings today. I appreciate it, Galloway. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate all the love and support. Y'all are awesome. Remember, guys, as well, if we hit our super chat goal on YouTube today or our live goal on TikTok, we'll do a giveaway next week. So just a little bit of an incentive. Has the radar been off, lady? I've never had the radar ever be off. I don't necessarily think that's a thing at all. Nope. Yeah, Grand Island, you guys will have these storms sort of kind of approaching your area here soon. It's going to take some time, though. These storms are moving pretty slow. So these are our 2 main storms. We'll get a new her run look at this too here in a few minutes. All right. Let me check. New severe thunderstorm warning. South of Atkinson, Nebraska. Golf ball size hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, in more of a rural area. Got some storms trying to pop up here outside of Fremont. We'll see if those get going as well. Currently, right now, not quite yet getting there. Yeah, most of the flash flooding threat in Kentucky is starting to kind of end here, which is good. We do have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings as some cells are getting going up here in Montana. We've got one up here for Circle, Montana. That's going to be for ping pong ball size hail and 50-mile-per-hour winds. And then golf ball size hail just to the southwest of Ekalaka. Whoa. Harry with a hot air balloon. Or not Harry. Oh my gosh. I'm going to do this every time. Jackie, thank you for the hot air balloon. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know why I just called you that. That was my bad. I appreciate it. Thank you. That means a lot. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jackie. I appreciate you. I don't know why I just said Harry. I saw the first 4 letters and it just threw me off for a second. I appreciate it. Thank you again. Thank you. Thank you. That was pretty freaking cool. That's one of my favorite gifts on TikTok. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys do follow my gifters. Do support them as well. They are very much appreciated. All right, let's go back to those storms in Nebraska. We are going to have a very active jet stream going into the month of August, which may promote that severe weather season a little bit more. Should be interesting. Okay. Storms are moving southeast. So very, very slow motion southeast. So once again, this is in just southeast of North Platte, Nebraska, is where we're watching this at right now. No, it's not going to make it to San Antonio, Texas. No. No, no, no. These storms are also in a split radar zone, so it's going to make it a little bit harder as well for them to be seen. So let's look at some strong winds out of this storm, and then a little bit of rotation out of this storm. But it does look like these storms are continuing to track southeast, kind of in a lesser favorable tornado environment. Our better tornado environment is actually up into this area where we don't have storms at right now. So all right. The motion of these storms, guys, is also 35 miles east. So, like I said, we're just not covering a lot of ground. I mean, we've watched this storm in the last 2 hours move 40 miles, maybe 50 miles, if that. So these are very, very slow moving storms. Not a lot of shear out there to move them quickly. Still kind of waiting to see if storms are going to initiate to the west of these boundaries. Today, day one. Day one is up on the top left corner there. That's the actual accurate day one. Did someone just ask if it was snow? No, guys, this is not snow. It's rain. No, no, no. It's not snowing anywhere in the United States right now. Ooh, I'm telling you guys, this jet stream. I'm watching the behind the stream here. I'm watching the 18Z GFS run, and it is very interesting. The first week of August. Usually we talk about a big time ridge, and that ridge looks to be almost weakening. Virginia is a slight risk today, yes. So wind and hail, primary threats for you guys. So that might be why you lost power. Yeah, we'll do an Iowa update here in just a little bit. Storms will be firing off in that area, probably closer to midnight. Tonight's going to be an overnight event for you guys again. What's up, TT? Good to see you on YouTube. By the way, guys, make sure, I will keep saying this because we're trying to push everybody over. Make sure you guys are following me on YouTube. It is free. If you are on a TikTok and you follow me, make sure you do it over there, because at some point here in the next couple of weeks, maybe a month, we're going to start trying out only streams on YouTube. I'll still post videos on TikTok, but our live streams will eventually, I want to move them over in the future to YouTube. So if you guys want to keep up with me, watch the live streams, make sure you sub over there. It is free. Link in my bio, or you guys can find me on there. It is Mesomat. Yeah, so I'm going to show you guys something. So this is our latest HER model that's coming in currently right now for Nebraska. And so these are our two little storms that are out right now. You can kind of see some clusters of storms, but these are supposed to grow upscale into some pretty intense supercells. And if you look at our HER run for the next couple of hours, we've still got a good amount of ways to go here. And they have those black helicity tracks on them, meaning we could have some updraft rotation on some of these storms. It's going to be a brief window as low-level jet intensifies over the next little bit. So I still can't rule out a couple of tornadoes happening between now and, I'd say, 9 to 10 p.m. So we'll be watching the next 3 to 4 hours very, very closely here. Iowa, your storms aren't really going to get going here until closer to midnight almost. So... And if we look at our tornado juice right now, you will see that tornado potential kind of ramp up just slightly here. Instability also still very, very buoyant. We'll just take a sounding here. Yeah, so a little bit of a favorable environment. Not super, super crazy. It's all based off of outflow boundaries. So sounding is not super, super impressive, but it's there. Take a look at our low-level jet and see what it's doing. Yeah, and so level jet will increase. And so if these storms can work into this environment into Kansas or something like that, we'll have a little bit stronger of an LLJ, kind of an outflow boundary potential here with these storms. So a lot of different things to watch over the next couple of hours as these storms do, in fact, lift to the east and to the, well, I'd say more to the southeast, but... Look at these dew points, guys. When you talk about moisture in the atmosphere, dews are in the upper 70s, if not 80s. So a very moist atmosphere on play here for this evening here. So that is not an issue, as those dew points will be continuing to kind of climb as we are at peak Corn Belt season. So something to kind of take note of there. I'm watching that closely. And kind of see as well the updraft helicity tracks here. Basically showing rotation. So interestingly enough, that's, like I said, well, we don't have any tornado warnings right now, but these storms will attempt to do that. Yeah, Dayton's fine, Tori. You're good for the rest of the day. Theodore Johnson with the membership on YouTube. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. I appreciate you, Theodore. As always, you are my 5th member on YouTube. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. Like I said, once we hit 10 members, I'm going to start doing some simple, easier videos just for membership only, some Q&A streams, stuff like that. So definitely consider becoming a member on YouTube. It helps out a lot and open up the door for a lot more different things in the future. I appreciate you again, Theodore, as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Those memberships, guys, go a long way, and I'm serious. Yeah, the corn is what's doing it. It is what's doing it, for sure. So I definitely will see that for sure. You guys are freaking awesome. I appreciate you guys. Also, Ghost, thank you again for the heart me, the finger hearts, and the TikToks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, Nolan, if you get anything else in Indiana tonight, it'd be mostly just heavy rainfall. Most of those storms will be fizzling out tonight as we see sunset. It's been a very cloudy day today in Kentucky, that's for sure. All right, so I do want to watch this. We got a new storm, and there kind of is a little bit of an outflow boundary in place here. So if this storm can get going here, watch out towards Kearney. That'll be concerning. They just upgraded this storm to tennis ball size hail now here along Interstate 80. So it is definitely hailing. Some stronger winds aloft in there as well. It's Kearney. Yeah, I messed it up. It's Kearney. Yeah, I figured that one out there. I think it's the second I noticed it, I said it wrong. All right. Eddyville has as well a little bit of rotation. Be weather aware here if you're in this area. Still got that severe thunderstorm warning. They did take the Torpos label off on that, which I disagree with. But geez Louise, this will probably get upgraded to 3-inch hail at some point. Very, very large hail on this storm headed towards Gothenburg, Nebraska. Are the floods going to hit Baltimore or stay south? Let me take a look real quick, because I know we have that flash flood emergency that is still in effect over here just north of you guys, or south of you guys. You got a complex of storms coming into Baltimore. These probably won't produce significant rain. Looks to be kind of on a weakening trend here. But just be mindful. Could see about 1 to 3 inches of rain if worst case scenario happens there. So... Also, guys, thank you, Tyler, again for the follow. Thank you. Let's check MRMS and see what this is doing. Yikes. That is almost 3-inch diameter hail. So we were spot on with that. I appreciate you, Rachel. I do. Yeah, so 3-inch diameter hail. That is at apple size almost. So this should get upgraded to a PDS warning, if not issued as a PDS warning here pretty soon. Gigantic. I mean, look at the hail core on this thing, guys. You're talking, what is it, 70 dBz? Yeah, almost 70 dBz in here. Yeah, 71. I mean, that's gigantic hail core. So that is destructive hail. So we should get a PDS, I would think, already here. It's a little bit astonishing to me that this is not PDS warned. No, Michigan's going to be okay. You guys just see some rain tonight. General thunderstorms. What's up, Emily? Once again, Theodore and Justin, if you're watching stream on YouTube, I appreciate the memberships again. Y'all are awesome. All right, so they went ahead and redid this Torpos warning now for Eddyville, Overton, Elm Creek. So if you are in, oh shucks, I'm gonna lose my mind again here. If you are in Kearney, Nebraska, you need to be watching this very closely here, as this could be potentially tornado warned in the future as well. Watch this very, very closely. I mean, look at this, guys. This is absolutely insane. Look at that hail core. I mean, anytime you get DBZ to pop up as 70 plus, that is 3.5, maybe even 4-inch diameter hail. I mean, we're 74. I mean, this is insanity in terms of the hail core here. I'm going to take another look at this. Yeah, I mean, like I said, 3-inch, if not bigger than that, actually falling. MRMS is only going to pick up so much. Northwest Missouri, you guys are in a marginal / slight, depending on where you're at. Wind and hail, brief isolated tornado threat. Not super, super concerned. Other until later on tonight. Des Moines would be, we're talking more than likely after midnight. I'll do a timing outlook here in just a few minutes for you guys. Two and a half inch hail again. There it is.
A new PDS severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
I was waiting on that. As expected. As expected. 3-inch diameter hail. That's not a shocker. Once again, PDS severe thunderstorm warning here, Lincoln County, Nebraska. That took some time to get that warning on there, but as expected. Very, very large hail, guys. It's raining apples. It is raining apples. I was like, they're going to give a 3-inch severe thunderstorm warning on that. Spot on. It is raining apples. And then we've got potentially some rotation still in Eddyville here. Still could get a tornado warning out of this storm, potentially. We'll see. They still have yet to warn these storms properly today with the warnings at least. But once again, gigantic hail. I mean, very, very evident that it's raining apples just southwest of Interstate 80 here. It's interesting, too, is we've got two supercells, massive supercells with really not a lot of outflow boundaries here, kind of rotating with each other. So if one of these goes tornadic, which would more than likely be the northern one here, this is where I'm watching for a rotation. This would be where the issues are going to be. We've got a pretty decent population, like I said, in front of this line of storms, or cluster of storms. I mean, you take the southeast track of this headed towards Kearney, and you've got, or Kearney, and you've got, I believe... Let's double check here. Yeah, 36,000 people in front of a Torpos severe thunderstorm warning. So this would not be good. Would not be good at all if this went tornadic. So hopefully that's not the case. What am I looking for rotation-wise? Hold on, let me hop back over here. Yeah, so rotation is going to be, if there's anything, it's clear as day. Outflow, inflow. So it would be right to the southwest of Eddyville, Nebraska. Need that correlation, that tight correlation there. If there is. I mean, there clearly is because it's Torpos, but kind of waiting to see what NWS is going to do. They need to tornado warn this storm. It's not good. All right. So we'll see. Give it a few more minutes here and see what they do with this. We've just got a mess of hail and wind down on the storm in Gothenburg. Still gonna have some rotation on it, but your more tornadic storm's gonna be the one that's in Eddyville. I think mostly in Iowa tonight, from what the models are suggesting, is it looks to me more of a flooding threat too. We'll have an occasional isolated severe threat tonight, but it's really going to all be dependent on how these storms initiate, if they cluster too much, because right now models are just signaling heavy rain. Grand Island, Nebraska, these storms are approaching your area right now. That's what we are watching for. I still think that this should be Tor warned. Once again, Eddyville should be tornado warned. They've been doing this all day today. Jalen, thank you again for the gifts. I appreciate it. We do also have rotation on this storm up here near Chambers, Nebraska, with golf ball size hail on it as well. Danielle, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you guys. Y'all are crushing the taps. Ooh. All right, so we have no new storms in western Nebraska yet. Summer, what do you mean? Like the. Hold on. Like the white here? That's hail. Yeah, that's hail. Yeah, that's just the hail core. It's where your radar beams shoot out and come back, and they're just brighter reflectivity. Once again, this is southern Nebraska. Some more central Nebraska. New Mexico, you guys are fine. Okay, nothing in New Mexico today. We do have a Torpos severe thunderstorm warning here in Montana. This is going to be east of Brodus. We've got West Central Carter County here in North Dakota, or not North Dakota, Montana. And then also hail on the storm up in circle. That storm looks pretty impressive. This is what the models were signaling was these type of storms getting going, so we'll have to watch that one as well. PDS, Torpos. Basically, so when the National Weather Service sees a storm that is sort of rotating, but doesn't have enough rotation to issue a tornado warning, they'll do a severe thunderstorm warning on top of it and says Torpos, meaning it could potentially produce a tornado. Yep, no problem. This is in Nebraska, so just outside of Kearney. Yeah, it's definitely expanding in size. And these two storms have been clustering together for 2.5 hours now. Starting to see the western one take on some more rotation than the northern one. All right, still got, they dropped the hail from apple size to baseball size on that storm just south of or west of Kozad. So, what are the possible chances of tornadoes tonight? It's very low. It's 2 to 5%. We'll get an SPC update in an hour and a half to kind of see if they do anything. These storms have been rotating for a while. Just haven't actually dropped a tornado. They just lowered the hail on the storm in Eddyville. I mean, this is, once again, this is a very impressive looking storm. So it doesn't take much to get a tornado out of these type of storms, these supercells here. And you can see the hook, you can see the hail core moving through Eddyville. So I'm still really shocked that we haven't at least had one tornado warning, specifically on this storm, let alone the southern one. So it seems like the North Platte's being very conditional, or what's the word I'm trying to think of? Controversial today. Conservative is the word. By the way, guys, you see me eating. If you have not tried the Skittle gummies, they are fire. I'm in love with these. And they're only like $3 at Walmart for like a huge bag. So if you like gummies and you like Skittles, these are fire. I eat these like all the time. I go through like 3 or 4 bags a week. It's bad. Yeah, both of these areas should be rotated. I mean, or not rotated, but should be warned. Still. At least a radar indicator warning. Alright, let me go check on the kiddos, guys. I'll be right back. Y'all tap that screen follow if you guys haven't followed. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. All right. See if we got any updates here. Storms are still spinning. They finally did tour past the one in Lexington. Once again, this, guys, this should be tornado warned. This has been like the day of like, there should be tornado warnings. And there's not on this one again. Both of these storms, once again, look very impressive. They have hooks. They have rotation. Both of these should be tornado warned, and they're not. And these are both going towards a very highly population of about 36,000 people. So if you're in front of this storm, Elwood, Lexington, Overton, Elm Creek, I really would say anybody that is in this area right here, get ready to get to your safe place, because it's not going to take much. I keep saying that, but they're not issuing warnings, so kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. All right. All right. We're gonna do some weather model talking, guys, here in just a few minutes as well. I want to talk to you guys about next week. Talk to you guys about what's gonna happen. Kind of look at our temperatures, because we are expecting extremely dangerous temperatures next week. What's up, Jackie? Good to see you. Once again, storm has rotation, no warning. Same one down here in Farnham. Seems to be a common trend today. All right. What we might do, guys, after we do a little bit of model talk, is get off here, because I am super, super hungry and I want to eat some dinner. I'm going to eat, and then I'll probably hop back on tonight. We've been on here for about 3 hours, and not a lot is going on. So we'll see what these storms do here in the next few minutes. Kind of go from there. they start to lay down tornado warnings, we'll stay on. But right now they're not doing that. Whoa. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, both of these storms need tornado warnings. What are we doing? This, once again, makes no sense to me. Both have very tight rotation on them, too. This is really mind-boggling to me. North Platte is failing to do its job once again. So, you're out here in Kearney or Kearney, Elm Creek areas, guys, just get to your safe place if you're in front of these storms because these are more than likely producing almost tornadoes. Very strong rotation. I'm just mind-boggled that these are not warned. Hmm. Come on, NWS. These could be on the ground almost, too, the way they look. Like, this is actually crazy. What's up, Maddie? Once again, guys, these storms should be warned. Like, this is just getting out of hand at this point. I just don't get it. This is in Nebraska. What's up, Justin? Yeah, both of these storms should be tornado warned. We should have a warning going towards Elmwood and Lexington, and then another one headed towards Elm Creek and Kearney, and we don't. We should have 2 warnings. Like, this is absolutely insane. Like, this is actually really frustrating. Literally, though. Makes no sense to me. Yes, moving southeast, yes. Is Kentucky okay with the weather evening tonight? Yeah, just rain showers. Cresley, and that'd be it. You should be fine. Eggman, thank you for the follow, by the way. I appreciate it. Yeah, mostly just heavy rain in form of flooding. Nothing really too severe anymore. I don't understand. What are we doing? They've kept these warnings at Torpos for over 2 hours and no tornado warnings yet. Like, other weather offices would have had this warned already. I mean, it doesn't get any more impressive than this, folks. Makes me nervous because the last time we had something like this, we had tornadoes in the ground. Yeah, 5 days straight here in Bullet. Yeah, it doesn't shock me either there, Jump. Doesn't surprise me at all. I have no idea, Alex. These two storms have been rotating for over 2 hours now, and like these are some of the most impressive they've looked so far today. And we've got severe thunderstorm warnings blanketed instead of tornado warnings. Like we're talking, Kearney has 36,000 people, and you're bringing this in there, and there's no tornado warning. Like this is just selfish of North Platte to not even put a tornado warning on it. I don't understand it. It's just stupid. It's absolutely selfish and stupid. I mean, this is not the first time we've seen this out of North Platte. Doesn't shock me at all. Like, clearly it's rotating. Like, it's definitely rotating. I mean, we get 9 minutes and this severe thunderstorm warning expires. Well, budget cuts shouldn't affect this. There's only 3 storms. These 2 storms have been ongoing for hours now. Like, they've not even warned them since before us. So the budget cuts won't necessarily have an impact in terms of that. They've got to have people working in there, and those people have got to be able to see this. But this is not, even before the budget cuts last year, we had a situation in North Platte where a tornado was on the ground for 30 minutes before they warned it. So doesn't shock me. It just sucks. Yeah, you guys are asking the same question I am. These storms should be warned. North Dakota right now, you're not seeing any storms quite yet. So you got one up near Newtown, but all of these will be moving kind of into the western side of North Dakota here. If you're west of Bismarck, west of Minute here, you should see some wind and some hail today. Maybe a brief isolated tornado, but tornado threat's a lot better down here today. Kansas expects storms for a good amount of time. Jesus.
A new PDS severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Dude, well, that's great, but where's the tornado warning? I don't care about the PDS. I care about the PDS, but I don't because they need to tor warn it. Like, we're issuing PDS severe thunderstorm warnings, but not tornado warnings. Yeah, no, it's destructive. We know that. Elmwood, Bertrand, and Arapahoe. You guys are in a destructive PDS severe thunderstorm warning. Oh, you're fine, Emily. This is crazy. Iowa's going to be interesting to see tonight. We'll see if you guys end up getting any storms or not, but chance for an isolated tornado, southern Des Moines and south into southern Iowa, and then a damaging wind and hail threat. We'll see what SPC does in an hour. Emily says, "Ayo." Yeah, you guys had a lot of tornado warnings this morning in Iowa, that's for sure. I was asleep, guys. I was so exhausted from yesterday's run, so I wasn't able to get on. Yeah, I bet they were crazy. I saw all the pictures and reports of it this morning. Yeah, we're just watching these two storms, guys. These are the two that have rotation on them. Once again, guys, this is Nebraska. Another severe thunderstorm warning for Torpos. Golf ball size hail, Elm Creek, and Overton. Yeah, Maddie, let me get you added. There you go. Ohio is good. If you guys are in Ohio, I'm not. You guys should be sub-severe for your storms tonight. General thunderstorms, maybe some rain. Should be good. That's all of Ohio, pretty much. So. It's weird the way these storms are going. The supercell that's up here near Elm Creek's the one that's most impressive so far. See what our new model run's doing. Yeah, we might wrap up stream, guys, here in a few minutes, and then I'll go eat some dinner and then get back on if we need to get back on. I'm just not seeing much with this, other than these two storms that are not being warned for rotation. That's really about it. Northern Alabama's good, just general thunderstorms. You guys will be locked in a heat wave this week. And make sure you guys are following if you guys haven't followed yet. Make sure you also sub to me on YouTube as well. We're going to start rolling out some YouTube only streams in the future here so that way you guys can keep up with me. Make sure you guys do, in fact, sub on there. We'll probably do another update tonight. Yeah, we're going to get a lot of clustering of storms here. Damaging winds will be probably the main threat out of this going forward. Give us a cold, rainy autumn. I'll be interested to see what the outlook for your fall will be, Emily, with the transition going to be happening with our Enzo. Definitely will be an interesting one to watch for sure. Alrighty, guys, I'm gonna wrap up stream for a little bit, and if we'll get back on here probably in a little bit and do an update. I'm gonna go eat some food, take a break for a little bit, give my eyes a break, and we'll be back again probably in just a little bit for that update. So make sure y'all hit that follow button, sub if you guys haven't on YouTube. I appreciate all the gifts, all the love, all the follows, all the subs, all the new members on YouTube. Thank you, guys. Mods, care team, safe team, radar team. Thank you guys. I appreciate y'all leads as well. Thank you guys for being in stream. I will, Emily, no worries. I definitely will be. And we'll see you guys back here again in a little bit. If you're out in front of these storms, be safe, be weather aware, have alerts on your phones. And we'll see you guys here again in a little bit.